Well, hello friends. I feel like saying, so we meet again. It's 11:30 at night. I don't know that I've ever started a massive cooking video at 11:30 at night, but you see, what happened is we are having a milk and cookies Christmas party for one of our homeschool groups. Tomorrow morning, starts at 11. This evening, I messaged my friend. Oh, stuff's falling. Okay, this was a little painted homemade paper airplane project today. Okay. Anyway, messaged her if we needed anything. She had asked for families to bring milk or cookies. So they're short, they think about 6 dozen cookies or so. And I said, I've got an easy recipe. I think I can whip those up like tonight when I get home because we had a late evening activity. Sorry, we got dancing around the barn and hear all the stories. I think I could whip them up tonight or tomorrow morning before we come. So here we are. It's 11:30, but that's okay, we can do this. These are just a classic sour cream cookie. I did these all the time at our farmhouse, and we did the homemade buttercream icing, and we did the food coloring, did all the different little colors of the icing. We just did these a lot. Technically, they want sugar cookies. I know that sour cream cookies are incredibly soft, incredibly delicious. Everyone's gonna love them, and we're gonna make about 6 to 8 dozen. Whip these up. Now, also coming up in this video, we are going to do the Pop-Tart gingerbread houses. It's just the season of Christmas parties, right? And that's what I heard one of the kids saying to someone else tonight. Christmas is a whole season, okay? So we are Christmas schooling. So Friday, tomorrow's Thursday, milk and cookies party, then the dentist in the afternoon. But my kids never had a cavity until we got an order of gummy vitamins and that. After that, that's when we had some cavities, and they are evacuated now. Anyway, Friday, we are having a Christmas party with some good friends at our house, and we'll be doing the Pop-Tart gingerbread houses. Now, I have other videos coming up. We're gonna do the graham cracker gingerbread houses. We're gonna do 40 or 50 of those for another party, more cookies, lots of things. But in this video, besides whatever adventures, we don't know, you don't know, I don't know, but let's get this party started at almost midnight. We'll see what happens. I'm telling you, we are doing the sour cream cookies, we are doing the Pop-Tart gingerbread houses for the kids to decorate. We'll be doing a whole party here on Friday. We'll see what else happens, but let's go with these sour cream cookies. I have my list here. We need sour cream. So I've got Nancy's, our probiotic sour cream. This is 2 cups here. Got that, check. We got our organic cane sugar. That's over here, check. We have 2 cups of butter, softened. I need either 2 duck eggs or 4 chicken eggs. So I'm gonna go to the refrigerator, see what I have left of those. Tablespoon of vanilla, vanilla's here, 7 cups of flour, unbleached all-purpose flour, there we go. Then 2 teaspoons of baking soda, same baking powder, teaspoon of salt. They bake for 10 minutes at 350. These also freeze well, so let's just get on it. So I'm gonna do our wet and our dry here. I went to my blog because I had this recipe on there. It's just been so long, and even in the pictures, it's like 3-year-old Naomi. No, she can't quite be that young. Well, I had some 3-year-olds in there. Maybe Gabriel and they were too. Anyway, it was on there for a while. It's not published anymore, and I couldn't find it. If you blog on the draft back end of WordPress there. Anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about it, but I had this recipe forever on the blog and pictures. I think we were doing Easter sour cream cookies at the time. I'll get it back up, or I'll have a new one. I'll have this below for you. This is also great, like I mentioned, Easter. Just anytime you need a sugar cookie, I like doing the sour cream cookies. Okay, but I don't have this in a particular order. Well, I know I can do this is a 1.5 cups. Cane sugar. So we had a late evening activity tonight. We did not get home until about 10:30. Kids were having some late night snacks here, clementines and such. Got them to bed, got my little stuff organized, and here we go. Okay, so we got our cane sugar, and then I'll go ahead and put the flour. So I'm just looking and trying to do my wet and my dry. So it's not written out proper. Let me just see. This is hard. I have the square container also. Yeah, there's one, but I don't want to, I can't reorganize things right now. So don't look. I'm gonna dump some in here. We need 7, okay. So 1.5. Whoop, oh, no apron on, okay. This is a wet measuring cup, not a dry one. For a long time, all I owned was one set of $1 wet measuring cups, and I didn't know any different, and it all worked out fine in the end. Now, you can also do this dough, let it sit in the refrigerator all night, do it in the morning. I guess we'll see. We'll see, because this time of night, my energy changes quickly. I'm all chatty, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay up and make this. And even if I go to bed at 12:30 or 1, it'll be okay. I can sleep until 8:30 tomorrow morning, and Travis is home to cover me. And the kids went to bed late, so I got a buffer. So I'm like, oh, take advantage, do it now. But our backup plan is, if I get going with this, and then I'm like, okay, I just gotta go to bed. Then in the morning when I wake up, it's gonna be ready in the refrigerator, and we'll bake them there. So we'll see which way the wind blows, right? Okay, so let me dot off my little list here. We got cane sugar. We put our flour in. Let me do baking soda, baking powder. Baking powder. Just 2 teaspoons. I mean, it's all yours. Yes, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think we need to do 12 of those Pop-Tart houses. I'm doing that math. But sometimes I like it, you know, one may not work out, one might break. Maybe we should do 15. Okay, and it's with a good friend, so the houses that we're gonna do tomorrow night, it's a no pressure, best friend holiday get together Christmas party. So that is nice. If all I can do is get the houses together and throw some pizza rolls in the oven, we'll be okay. I can throw lasagna in there, we know that. Okay, let's see here. So we did our salt. So what else is dry? I think we're good. Okay, so we put in, we've got our cane sugar, our flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt. So now I'm going to jump to our wet. Butter, sour cream is easy because this is 2 cups. Oh, and I'm not doing buttercream frosting to go with these. The reason being, they asked all the families to bring frosting and candy or other decorations. I mean, speculation. I wasn't asked to bring icing. In the morning we could do it tonight, and we may not do it at all. They didn't put that in my direction. Cookies was the big, okay, I'm looking for vanilla, thank you. Whew, we can do it. Ooh, okay. We're gonna make homemade vanilla here soon too. I want to say I've never been in a liquor store. My dad, I probably went in a liquor store with my dad. Feeling memories. Okay, so I don't have any homegrown eggs. You probably heard me in videos say, I don't have eggs, but I have these eggs from our chickens, or my chickens aren't giving me any more, but then all of a sudden I have 8 more eggs. That's the point. It's really random. So I did have some. And earlier today, I was finishing up our lasagna video before we went out for the evening. And I used the duck eggs, the last of the chicken eggs in there, but I couldn't remember if I had left like a couple in there. I am out of non-stick spray, but I do have this misto that I've gotten mixed reviews. I hadn't even taken it out yet. I think I've had it sitting here for 2 weeks, so let's see if we can get it figured out. Instructions: fill halfway with olive oil, fill only half full, space needed for pressure, pump, remove and spread. Okay. It's after midnight now, 12:21. I've been found. I have a kiddo up, and they wanted to scoop cookies. So I'm being a fun mom while also sitting, while also drinking my red leaf raspberry tea. Late night memories, memories stretching, yeah. Memory making. Remember that time when one of our homeschool groups said they needed an extra 6 dozen cookies, and I was like, yes, that's fine, we can do that. We are doing it, and we're gonna sleep in a little bit in the morning. And school tomorrow is Christmas school, milk and cookies Christmas party, and the other half of our school day is learning at the dentist. That can be career exploration, self-care, life skills, hygiene. We're good. And then tomorrow evening, you know the itinerary, right? We know what we're making tomorrow night. But right now, I got 3 dozen cookies in the oven, but we've got room. Is this not beautiful? Let's reflect for a moment. So in the smaller oven, which is still at least as big as my baby oven, we've got 2 dozen cookies. We've got 2 of these sheet pans. These are like the half sheets or whatever. In the bigger oven, it'll fit a whole sheet pan in there. So yeah, these must be the half sheet pan size. So 2 of these side by side will fit, and I put a dozen usually on each pan. So that's 6 pans, 6 dozen cookies going down. I'm supervising, don't mind me. This is just me. We don't make it too full. Like scrape that off a little bit. I'm back seat driving or side seat driving. What? Back seat driving. where you're in the back seat and you're telling the person up front how to drive? Or your dad jokes and calls it side seat driving. Just go put that in. Run, 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 run. Get that in. Do another one.
Okay, is it too close?
No, they're perfect. So this is 2 pans. This one we have 2 at the top. We got room for 2 more at the bottom. Love it, love it. It's smelling amazing in here, like a baby angel. So then also, we have to pack lunch for this thing. And especially since we're going over the river and through the woods to the dentist after. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I guess I could pack lunch for tomorrow. But you know, all my new little lunch boxes I've bought, maybe that's 2023. They're still judging me. I'm thinking about what to pack besides standard sandwiches, fruit, animal crackers. But I did bake a lasagna tonight, and there is a microwave there. Well, I baked 3 lasagnas. They finished almost a whole one. Then me and another 2 had the cabbage lasagna, which was amazing. And so I have another full one that hasn't been gotten into yet. And so I'm just thinking, I could just take that. I mean, I baked it, but I could just heat up individual plate. We could do that. I've seen a few moms just like bring their whole slow cooker with their liner in it. Lunch is in there, ready to go, already heated. And then I'm trying to think how I've seen it done. I guess when they get there, they plug it in and put it on like warm. And then at lunchtime, they're scooping out broccoli cheddar soup or baked potato soup or whatever good stuff they got in that slow cooker. They're just scooping it out for lunch. So I could take a 9x13 pan of lasagna, and I would need to bring our plates and our forks, but lunch would be done. Could happen. We got a bunch of clementines, so there's our fruit. Okay, I got my microwave timer beeping. I'll probably flip those. How they're looking. So I will say, because we have taste tested, that I cut down the sugar, and so they're not super sweet. It's a light sweetness. If you want them sweeter, then instead of 2 cups of sugar, I would go up to 3 cups of sugar. But I know that these are going to be all jammed up with icing and candy, so I'm not too worried about the sweetness factor. Again, it's a light sweetness. It's just not overwhelming, sickening sweet. Alrighty, we did our duty, and it is now 1:04. So then, of course, you know, the other trick we have to pull out of our sleeve is not forget them tomorrow now. Wouldn't that be not funny, haha? Okay, so we are here at our cookie decorating party. We got our 1 a.m. cookies. We got some fantastic mother brought. You gotta put icing on that, sweetie, and then it'll stay. That's what's gonna make it stay. We are making cookies. I thought it was so super smart. Should have the trays of all the items, and then they can decorate from there. Well, friends, I am back. We made it. Cookie party, dentist, I don't know. It was a long day. We're back. I'm committed to the hat, so it's not going anywhere. This evening, I'm gonna make the Pop-Tart gingerbread houses for a Christmas party we are having tomorrow with some friends. But first, I got some leftovers that I need to get freezing on my Harvest Right pans so we can get some stuff going through the freeze dryer. So the stuff that we're gonna get on the freeze dryer pans, it's a little bit, oh, that butternut squash soup. So earlier this week, let me think what day is the week, it's Thursday. On Monday, I made a bunch of gluten-free, dairy-free freezer meals for friends of mine who have an emergency medical situation, and I have a bit of the excess soup and such left over that we just have not been able to get to because I also made a bunch of those lasagnas with you. We had lasagna last night. I have the other one in here. We did not end up eating the lasagna for lunch today. It was a heavy cookies for lunch day, okay, but if you can't have cookies for lunch in a while, I mean, you know, are you even living? So anyway, that leftover lasagna is in the oven tonight. Just saying, I've got some of that wonderful chicken and vegetable soup left. I feel like I have something else. We're gonna check the refrigerator for leftovers that I can get running through the freeze dryer. All right, so here's both containers of the chicken and vegetable soup. And then this is what's left of the butternut squash soup, which this is my absolute favorite. I have been eating through this for several days, but again, I'm on, it's been like 3.5 days now. I don't know how you are with leftovers, but I like to have everything finished for the most part by the 3rd day. I usually don't push it into the 4th day. And so anyway, I thought, well, this will be good. I can run it through the freeze dryer, or I could just dump all this in freezer bags. But I haven't had my freeze dryer going in a few weeks, so I thought this is a good way to get it going. And I mixed these soups, some on Monday too. Really, really good. So anyway, these will be wonderful meals coming up, and they will be frozen in time, haha, with the freeze dryer. These are 2 extra winter squashes that were cut up Monday to go in the soup that it just didn't hit at the same time that this was boiling. So anyway, all of this is going to go on the freeze dryer pans. All right, so we have a bunch of pans ready to go. Now, I will say it is okay, it is totally okay to run food in the freeze dryer that has not been pre-frozen. It says here, do not mix frozen with non-frozen food. So I'm gonna go ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna run 5 pans that are not frozen, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the other pans in the freezer, and I will run them frozen next time. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these in this time. And that is better than me not getting them in at all, right? Okay, I'm gonna need 2 hands for these. All right, and so I have 2 more empty pans that I can put some other things on, and that way, when this current load is done, I will run a whole load, and again, this load will be pre-frozen. It's just supposed to help speed up the process a little bit, and I've actually never frozen anything that hasn't already been pre-frozen. So this will be a nice experiment. It still takes a really long time when it's pre-frozen, so I don't know the time savings, but we shall see. Okay, so these Pop-Tart houses that we are doing with our friends tomorrow, I just realized I got toaster stacked there. Okay, I guess that's a thing. I went with a Great Value brand because Pop-Tarts are not cheap. And now at Sharp Shopper, they always have Pop-Tarts there. Sharp Shopper is the best place to get Pop-Tarts for this kind of craft, but these under $2 a box Pop-Tarts are just fine from Walmart. Over on largefeelingtable.com, I actually have pictures of one of these houses for a Valentine inspired Pop-Tart house. I will also link that down below. These are super simple. You just have to make a little cut on 2 of them for the roof. And then coming up next week, we will do the graham cracker houses. But let's get going and making these now. And the reason I am making these the day before we're having our party. Is the royal icing needs to set up at least the day before. It makes it for a happier event if the focus is decorating, if the houses are already done and not falling apart. Now you can also do gingerbread house or, you know, holiday house, whatever you want to call it, Pop-Tart house parties where you have a variety of items and the kids actually make the physical houses that day. I'm just the kind of mom, I like to have the houses made and then they can make their creations on top of that. But I saw some pictures the other day of a friend and they were taking like pretzel rods and so many different, you know, cookies and graham crackers and all the things, and the kids were making their houses that way, and that's fun too. All right, so someone's got to open the Pop-Tarts, right? Okay, so this is enough Pop-Tarts for 14 houses. It takes 6 Pop-Tarts for each one. And so now I'm going to take 28 of these Pop-Tarts. I'm going to cut basically 2 Pop-Tarts for each house and just do the little roof line for it. Okay, so no one's going to be mad about these little Pop-Tart triangles. These will be our walls and our sides. These are our 2 long sides. Now I got to make the royal icing to hold it all together. Alrighty, so over the river, through the woods. Wouldn't believe I've been getting other stuff done too. Gotta come back here though and get the royal icing made to put these Pop-Tart houses together. I'm going to use 3 egg whites, and you know what? I have a carton of egg whites. I would save my yolks, but I'm going to run back to my fridge and get that. So this is my big royal icing recipe, which is usually 12 cups of powdered sugar and such. So this one I'm cutting it down. It's just going to be 4 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 egg whites. Alrighty, so I'm going to use my nice new Cuisinart immersion blender because it has a mixing whisk side to it as well, and I hadn't used that yet on it. So we'll give that a go. Yes, I did not think about the fact that I can't really adjust the speed too much, huh? Okay, and I guess I need a bigger bowl. This will be a fun project. Come make a mess with me. This is not faring well for me. Okay. All right, so I can't find my beaters for this mixer, but I did find them for my other mixer, so we are safe to a point. Don't use your Cuisinart whisk attachment on your immersion blender to do royal icing because apparently it won't work. So eyeballing this, I don't think this is enough to do all these houses. Now normally when we're doing these houses, we're doing 40, 50, 75 at a time. So this time, since I'm only doing 14, I didn't want to make, you know, the big 3 bags worth like I normally start with. But even with that, I end up making more. Anyway, this is how much we got. This is also a bigger bowl. Anyway, we'll just jump in. I do need to grab, I got scissors, Look at me, I'm so prepared. And we'll get going making these. Oh, and by the way, all of this, including my double toasters, all of this is clean. This is just the dishes, and yeah, okay. Got other projects going on, so. Still working through these houses. I don't know. I don't know if my icing is gonna make it all the way through. I need to make icing for our party tomorrow also. But with different Mama life stuff going on this evening, I'm gonna finish these houses. We will make icing in the morning. Oh yes, we will. Or Mr. Travis will go to Walmart. We'll see how it all works out. Friends, Mama is not staying up to make any more homemade icing tonight, but the houses are done. Things are being done. We got our candy bin started for tomorrow too. Anywho, these houses will look just as good as that house tomorrow. But right now, we are gonna go to bed. Well, happy new day, friends. Friends are here for our Pop-Tart house party. And guess what? Mama hasn't made the icing yet. You guessed it, it's me. But that's okay because homemade buttercream frosting icing does not take long at all. I'm going to use a total of 12 cups of powdered sugar. It's about a cup and a third more of softened butter. Then I'm going to do a tablespoon of vanilla, and then with the milk it'll be 4 to 6 tablespoons. We'll add that in, eyeball it a little bit, mix it all up. Our icing will be done, so it's not a mega huge deal. And then for balance, we are ordering Domino's pizza because we didn't have any more meatballs or any easy things to dump in the slow cooker. And I was up with Mom Life kids stuff until about 1 a.m. Of course I was, because that is Mama life. So that's my balance. I'm making homemade frosting, and we're gonna order pizzas for the party. Yay. This buttercream frosting has pulled together lovely. It does not look like near enough though. I think I'm gonna make some bowls with a couple different colors for kid choices, and we'll see if we have enough powdered sugar to make more. Alrighty, so I got 10 bowls of icing for 10 kiddos. I cannot find my food coloring, but that's okay because it'll be a white Christmas, and we have plenty of candy and other things too. But I got my bowl ready and waiting so I can make more if we need it. And so this is candy. Actually, we bought it for an upcoming birthday piñata, but we decided to donate it towards our Pop-Tart Christmas House cause, and we will get another bag of birthday piñata candy. But it also has little toys in it, and then we got all kinds of mints and little leftover Pop-Tart pieces and our icing. So yay, Pop-Tart party.